Hello. Hello there, Mansion Memories guests. We are going live, and I hope you're here and can see. We're going to be talking about everything you ever wanted to know about monarch butterflies. And they are special, and there's lots to learn and know. Hang on one moment, please. Mild technical issue, and we're going to fix it right now. There we go. Okay. Everything you ever wanted to know about monarch butterflies. Now, first of all, let me welcome you and tell you who I am. My name is Susie Vanderlip, and I am a Monarch Butterfly Citizen Scientist, which means I help researchers, scientists, learn from people who raise monarch butterflies in their gardens, send them information, and they can help research and work on the health of monarch butterflies all over the country. And I have been raising monarch butterflies in my garden now for a good 11 years, so much so that I often feel like I have grown wings, monarch butterfly wings. That's how it feels. I live with them all the time, work with them all the time. I'm also a Monarch Butterfly Conservation Specialist for Monarch Watch, which is one of the premier organizations that does research on monarch butterflies and has for 50 years. So I gather data for them about what's happening with Southern California monarchs, because that's where I live. I'm talking to you today from Orange, California. Also, I work with a new organization called Western Monarch Advocates. Now, that's a special organization that's trying to work with all the Western United States to help save monarch butterflies. Well, why is that necessary? One of the reasons we're doing this talk is to let you know that you can help save monarch butterflies from extinction. Yes, my oh my, they have declined greatly in the last 20 years. So we are doing everything we can to help you attract monarch butterflies to your garden, and we'll add more monarchs to the population. Now, before we go any further, I really want to thank Mansion Memories for having me here today. Mansion Memories, as you may or may not know, is a nonprofit that continually creates fun events to help make children happy. And they used to do live events until, of course, COVID. Now we're doing online events. And Mansion Memories has an event every Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on their website, and right here on Facebook, pardon me. So come every Sunday, 4 p.m. There'll be something new, somebody different, presenting something fun and interesting for you to learn and enjoy all the way through the whole year. Now, I also, you can learn more about Mansion Memories if you go to their webpage, www.mansionmemories.com. You can look in the comments, because I'm sure they'll be sending you a message now. Now, I also want you to be prepared during this program to watch for when I ask 4 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you will have a chance to answer that question in the comments as fast as you can, and the first person to get it right, well, my goodness, they will get a copy of my Monarch Butterfly photo storybook. I had the chance to create this photo storybook from pictures from raising monarch butterflies in my garden, taking pictures and making video. It's beautiful, it's exciting, it's a real story, it's a real life, it's all true to science, and you see how Chester becomes this beautiful monarch butterfly. Also, the 4th question that you answer, that person will win the video itself, a live 10-minute video. So I'll tell you later how, if you wish to buy one of these from my shop, you can go there. If you don't win one, try answering those questions. So now I want you guys to help me out. I want to know who you are. Would you put in the comments your first name and maybe the city and state where you're from? It's always fun to know. And plus, monarch butterflies are a little bit different in different states across the United States. So let me know. Also, if you'd like, you can put a picture of yourself in the comments, or you can message Mansion Memories with your picture, and you'll get your picture on Facebook next week. So that's things we can do together. Now, lastly, as you listen, you might think of questions that's going to come up. I might not end up answering all about monarch butterflies. So I want you to know right away where you can go to ask me questions after this program. And that is my Facebook page. My Facebook page is pretty simple. Monarch Butterfly Speaker. Just search on Monarch Butterfly Speaker. You can send me a post, a message. You can send me a message. Just ask a question at any time. And say that you were here at Mansion Memories. You have a question. I'll do my very best to answer it, I promise. So, are we ready? Let's learn all about monarch butterflies. Well, first of all, let me show you what the life of a monarch butterfly is like. It starts as a little egg. One little egg that a female monarch butterfly deposits, and it hatches and it becomes a tiny little caterpillar. So tiny, I have to use a magnifying glass to see it. Then it grows for 2 weeks. It's an egg for 2 to 4 days. It's a caterpillar for 2 weeks. Grows big and huge. Goes off and it makes this thing called a chrysalis, which is also in for 2 weeks. And then it will emerge as this magnificent, beautiful butterfly. But it all depends on one thing. Monarch butterfly life is completely dependent on a plant. Yes, a plant called milkweed. Can I hear you say that? Milkweed? Milkweed. Now, milkweed is the host plant for monarch butterflies. What does that mean? Host plant means it's the only plant that their crazy little caterpillars will eat. Yes, it's true. It would be like you were born and the only thing you could eat was pizza your entire life as a child. For monarch caterpillars, they only eat milkweed. And you know what? Every kind of moth and butterfly have their own special host plants. The plants that their caterpillars or larvae, means the same thing, will eat. Now, isn't that smart the way nature makes them each have a different kind of plant to eat so they don't compete for food? So I don't know of any other caterpillar really that devours milkweed like monarchs do. And I thought I would show you today. Here's a picture of a 3-foot beautiful tropical milkweed. But here, my friends, this is a native California milkweed. A native California milkweed, a little bit thicker leaves. Can you see that? Do you see what is on my plant today? Caterpillars. Those are big, juicy, full-grown caterpillars. They're eating their last meal before they go off to make their chrysalis. Boy, are they hungry. Now, this is native California milkweed, and every state has their own native milkweeds. A lot of states share the same ones, and some don't. This, my friends, is what we call a tropical milkweed. Now, it is different. The leaves are a little different. The flowers, you see this flower here? Red and yellow. The leaves are a little bit thinner, longer. That is another type of milkweed, but it's always milkweed that they will eat, one variety or another. Now, how do you know it's milkweed? Well, if you break a leaf off, you break a stem, you will get a white milky substance. That's why I guess they call it milkweed. But you must know one thing, so I do not forget to tell you. Look, I'm playing with the plant. I'm even touching the caterpillars, and they are fun. But after I do not touch my eyes. I go wash my hands as soon as I'm done. As soon as I'm done with the show, I will wash my hands. Because if I touch milkweed, I get some of that oil of the milkweed on my fingers, and it's poisonous. Well, it means that birds won't eat your caterpillars because they know that they are poisonous. To humans, we're not going to eat the plant, but if we touch our eyes, it can hurt eyes. So wash your hands. Just the only one thing to make sure you know. All right, so here we have a monarch butterfly female laying eggs right there on the milkweed plant. She's laying, yes, there are caterpillars around, they don't mind, and she's laying the eggs on the flowers. She often does it on the underside of a leaf, and she's going crazy here because female monarch butterflies live 3 to 6 weeks from March through October in California only 3 to 6 weeks, and in that time, guess what? They will lay up to 500 eggs. One little monarch female. So she's in a rush to lay all those eggs because they only lay them one at a time. And she was laying them on that milkweed there. Now, monarch butterfly caterpillars are ravenous. That means they eat for the 2 weeks that they're a caterpillar. And in those 2 weeks, they will grow 2,500 times bigger. Yes. You know, if a human baby grew 2,500 times bigger, it'd be as big as a whale in 2 weeks. Now, I want to show you, this is a little, I don't even know if you can see it. This is a baby caterpillar that hatched on my milkweed yesterday. Now, it's really tiny. It's right there. It probably doesn't even look real. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's how tiny it is. And I'm letting it grow in this little dish before I put it out on a plant. So it's safe from predators, like bigger caterpillars eating it. You don't have to do that, but I really enjoy getting to know them, understand how they act, how they live, and help produce more to help save monarch butterflies. But as you saw, that tiny thing will become a very big caterpillar. Let's make sure you can see this very big caterpillar. He's eating on that leaf there. He doesn't even mind my bothering him. They're ready. They're eating. They're eating machines. That's what they are. So, there we be, a caterpillar for 2 weeks, eating his little brains out. Can you find the tiny white egg? That's the egg on the milkweed. This is a milkweed plant. Can you find the 1-day-old caterpillar? Well, it's actually about 2 or 3. And of course, this is a full-grown caterpillar, which is about 2.5 inches in size. Now watch them eat. Watch how ravenously, you can see what I'm talking about here. Now I took this video yesterday, just yesterday. This big old caterpillar, he's eating away. Oh, here's another one. Look at him. They're almost like a chainsaw. Watch him. Eow, eow, eow. They eat away on those leaves, chomping away, and they wiggle their little, they're not actually antennae. They don't pick up information. They're a little fatty. I'm not sure what they're for. I'll have to research that. But nevertheless, here they are. A bunch of large, I'd say they're about 11 days, 12 days old. In 2 days, they will go off to make their chrysalis. They're having their last meal. And they are friendly. They're actually very cooperative. They'll share the plant. Most of the time, get along pretty well. Watch him go. Oh, let's see. There he goes, eating away, eating away. That's a plant with a lot of caterpillars. I had a female come to my garden 2 weeks ago, and she laid eggs all over my milkweed plants. And these are brothers and sisters. They were born the same day, and they're getting big and fat at the same time. So this, as we said again, this is a milkweed plant, a full-grown, beautiful milkweed plant. And I will tell you, when those monarch caterpillars are done eating, it looks just like that. Sticks. Sticks. They eat every leaf, every flower, everything off the plant, and that's success. That means you fed a lot of caterpillars. They're happy. They're going to go off and become butterflies. So let's do our first question, and I am going to wave my wings. We're asking a question. What is the only plant monarch caterpillars will eat? What is their host plant? Put it in the comments real fast. Somebody from Mansion Memories will let the person know who wins. Yes. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Okay, moving on. Now, after 2 weeks, that caterpillar is going to crawl off the milkweed. It's mind-blowing. They crawl fast across the patio, crawl up sides of walls, up fences. They're acrobats. They can climb and cling. And they go and like look for a place where they want to make their chrysalis. Now, it's not a cocoon. Just so you know, moths spin a cocoon. Butterflies, all kinds of butterflies, make a chrysalis. Ah, good distinction. And it will go and it will hang upside down. And I'm going to show you that. Before it's ready to make its chrysalis, it will hang upside down. It will spin silk and attach itself to wherever it wants to make its chrysalis. It's very strong. It withstands wind and rain and wind, and it will then let go with these feet and drop down into what we call a J. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Then we're going to watch how it makes the chrysalis. Then it's in that beautiful, looks like it's a jewel. You see that gold rim? Nobody knows exactly what that rim is for. The scientists don't even know, but it's beautiful. And the shell gets hard, so it's pretty safe. You don't want to squish it, but it's pretty safe. So let's look at how it made that amazing chrysalis. Creating a chrysalis. Well, there he is hanging in his J, and they don't like you to jiggle them or bother them. They'll hang that way for up to 2 days. And they look like they're kind of nervous. Don't bother me. If they do get jiggled, they'll curl up. And then they'll relax if you go away. They're vulnerable. They can't run away. And you'll notice how his little antenna, as what I'm going to call them, get really limp. And that's when you watch. Something's going to happen. He's going to make his chrysalis. This is amazing. He falls straight down, and then it happens. His skin splits open at the head, and he's going to wiggle his skin right off. The chrysalis is on the inside. Now, who would have thought? It's like watching an alien be born. Woo, okay. Nope, let's go back. Let's go back and get this going again. All right, technical issues, always. Here we go. There we go. I want you to see what it looks like once that chrysalis comes out. So it starts to wiggle that skin right off the chrysalis. See it wiggling up? Yeah, the chrysalis is on the inside. Pretty amazing. He wiggles and wiggles until the skin is at the top, and then he wiggles all around. They all do this to try to get that skin to fall off. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Can you see? When I saw this for real, I was shocked that they go through so much struggle to make that chrysalis. He's wiggling and wiggling and wiggling and wiggling. Get that extra skin right off. It's off. Now it will shape itself. It wiggles and shapes, takes about a half an hour. And then it will become, it's wiggling and shaping for half an hour, and it becomes that beautiful chrysalis. Yeah, got it. Okay. Now it's in there for 2 weeks. Now amazingly, it's green the whole 2 weeks, and well, almost 2 weeks. 1 to 2 days, 2 days before it's going to come out, it starts to get gray. The day it's going to come out, it looks like that. Who would have thought? Because the chrysalis has gotten very thin, and what are you seeing? But the butterfly wing inside. It has to get thin so that that butterfly can crack out. It needs to be born, emerge, and scientifically it's called, it needs to eclose. So, it is question time. We're going to answer another question in the comments. How long, how dare you? Let's go back, wrong question. How long is a monarch in the chrysalis before it comes out to be a butterfly? What did I say? How many weeks? Okay, hope somebody won themselves a book. Very good. Now, This is the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, emerging, eclosing, being born, and it's quite beautiful as well. So here is our chrysalis. It's turned, 2 days before, it's turning black. This is the day it's going to come out. It's black and you can still see some orange in there. That's the monarch butterfly inside, getting ready to come out. Ooh, technical difficulties. Okay, we're working it. Let's go back and let's look at this butterfly. Coming out. It cracks open and it slides out. Here is the head, here's the wing, and here's the great big body. Falls out of the chrysalis and it's holding on with its new, look at those long legs. It used to have little stubby legs as a caterpillar. Now it has these long legs, but look at its wings. They're all curly and they're wet. When they're born, they've been in this tiny little chrysalis, and their wings have to be curled and wet. Couldn't possibly fly. In fact, it has to hang for 2 whole hours, upside down, holding on with its wings, with its feet, so that that big bulbous body will gently pump monarch butterfly blood into the veins of the wings, and they will extend. They're beginning to extend now. Within 10 minutes of being born or eclosing, a monarch butterfly that's all curly and wet will have full, long wings, but they're still wet and flimsy. They have to hang upside down for 2 hours for those wings to get hard. If they fall during that time, they may fall on the ground and that wing will stay curled and it will harden in curled position. It won't be able to fly, and then they will die within 2 days. They're very vulnerable. They're very vulnerable creatures, and they go through a lot. There are those wings. Within 10 minutes, its body pumped the blood into those veins, and you see this beautiful wing, and you go, I can't believe that scrunchy little thing that came out of the chrysalis is so perfect. So then it will hang, and here is one that was born 2 hours earlier. It's testing its wings. Testing its wings, learning how to fly. And here you will see, oh, it's learning, I can fly, I can fly. Here's the one that you saw come out of the chrysalis. I put it on my finger after it was an hour and a half old, holding it for a moment before I put it on the plant. And here's the one that came out earlier. 2 beautiful monarch butterflies, ready to fly. Ah. Well, you don't know the answer to this yet because I'm going to teach you. Ha! How do we know the difference between a male and a female monarch butterfly? This is a male, this is a female. Well, they're actually the same color. They're close to the same size. The female's veins are a little bit thicker, but that's kind of hard to tell. Very easy way to tell. The male has a black dot right there and a black dot right there on the wing. 2 black dots. That means it's a male. And of course you can only tell when they open their wings. When their wings are closed, you can't tell if it's a male or a female by looking at them. 2 black dots. How do you like that? So our next question is, how do you tell a boy monarch from a female monarch butterfly? Well, put it in the comments, be quick about it. The top one is the male because, of course, you see those 2 little black dots, and that's your female. Now, I will say you can also tell a little bit by the way they behave. When I have females in the garden, I have about 15 plants in pots, monarch milkweed, remember, milkweed plants in pots all around my patio. And the female will find that she smells in the air. They smell with their feet. They know what kind of plant they're on with their feet. But she will fly around. She somehow knows exactly where that milkweed is, and she'll go right into that milkweed. She will fly all around in that milkweed, and you saw how she stops and she drops her little abdomen and she lays those eggs. Females hang out on the milkweed. The males, on the other hand, they're looking for girlfriends. They're looking for the females. So I will see them float all the way around the yard, back and forth, back and forth. They see the milkweed. They may stop and drink nectar out of the milkweed flowers. They may stop at another plant, drink nectar, and they fly. So their behaviors are just a little bit different. Now, I mentioned that our monarch butterflies in Southern California, we have a season from end of March all the way through October, where our monarchs that are born during that time, they live 3 to 6 weeks. That's all, but they sure make the most of that lifetime. The ones that are born at the beginning of November, however, in the western United States, they are triggered by the angle of the sun. They are triggered to want to migrate and go as a big, large group of monarch butterflies to a place called Central Coast. This is California. And they'll go right here, Central Coast, California. Places called Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, Pismo Beach. And they will hang in great big bunches of maybe 2,000-3,000 monarchs all together and fall asleep, semi-hibernate. Sleep for November, December, January, February. 4 months. They don't eat, they don't fly, they don't mate. Unlike the other butterflies that do all that during their lifetime. So they actually live 4 months. They will wake up, they will mate. Those females will then go and lay the eggs and start over in March. Now, all the monarch butterflies east of the Rocky Mountains, from Texas, the Gulf, Florida, up the coast, all the way, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, all the way across. Those are called our eastern monarchs. Monarch butterflies can't fly if it's colder than 55 degrees. Well, you know, this part of the country gets snow. So mid to late August, the days shorten, the air gets cooler. Monarch butterflies in the east know it's time for them to migrate. They migrate earlier, not in November, but late August. They get on high winds, and they fly 3,000 miles all the way down to a place called Michoacan, Mexico, to a special forest, oil mill fir trees. And they go to the same place year after year after year for hundreds of thousands of years. But they go there. We have about, our monarch butterflies in the West, we had about 2 to 4 million of them in 1980. 2 to 4 million. Sadly, now all we have are 27,000 were counted last year up here where they hang loose. You know, they hibernate. That's why we have to help save our monarchs. Eastern, there used to be 1 billion monarch butterflies. Can you imagine? Billion with a B. Now, sadly, we only have 98 million. That's also a reduction of 98%. It's due to the fact that agriculture and urban landscaping, we plowed down their milkweed. Well, what do they need to lay their eggs on? What do their caterpillars need to eat? That's why we all get to plant milkweed. They replant the country with milkweed. And also pesticides have been a problem. It's killing off a lot of bees and butterflies. So we can help with that too. But for now, let me show you. I got so lucky. My husband and I went down to Michoacan, Mexico, just this past February, to see what it looks like when you have 98 million butterflies gathering together in a party. And here is what it looks like. Look at them flying. Everything orange is a butterfly. Everything is covered, just covered in butterflies. And you're going, oh my. It was a huge oh my. It was awesome. Isn't that stunning? They had just woken up. It was the end of February, ready to go out, mate, and start a new generation. Now, one of the things that we do, I wanted to let you know that you can get, back. You can get milkweed, tropical or native, and you can leave it out to grow. But we have a predator here in Southern California. Here in California, I'm not sure how, probably in Florida, a lot of the tropical areas. And it is a fly that wants to lay its eggs in caterpillars and chrysalises. And then those fly eggs hatch and then they eat the caterpillar or the chrysalis up from the inside. Kills them. Ooh, ouch. And you know it because kind of icky, but you might as well know what you're looking for. It's called a tachinid fly, and if it lays eggs in your caterpillar, when it goes to make its chrysalis, it will die and it has a little white string. Or it will lay its eggs in the chrysalis, and if you get the little white strings, you ever get one in your garden, you see this, you grab it with some toilet paper, you grab it, it's already dead, flush it down the toilet. Because those strings are for that fly maggots to crawl down and create more flies. You think life's easy in the garden? No. For monarch butterflies, the garden, no walk in the park. It's dangerous out there. So, though when those flies show up in my garden, which they do, July through September, I put my plants into butterfly habitats. I put the plant inside that has the caterpillars, I zip it up, and those flies can't hurt them. I let them eat until they're happy, and they will crawl to the top of that. I put my plant inside. Here's some caterpillars. The ones that are ready to make their chrysalis have crawled up the side. Look, he's in a J, they're in a J. They were all ready to make their chrysalis. One already did, and they make it at the top of your habitat. I thought I would show you a simple plant in a habitat. This is for real. I have caterpillars on that particular bush, and they're safe from those flies. So you see, when you get into raising, you don't have to do that at all. If you have a large property with acreage, just go and plant milkweed, preferably native milkweed on large, if you have a half an acre or more, native milkweed for your state, which you can find at monarchwatch.org. They'll tell you what kind of a plant and where to get it. Even from them you can get them. And you know what's also interesting is we in Southern California are the hub. We're one of the primary places for western monarch butterflies to live and grow March through November. So we get a lot of them. The eastern monarchs, they fly up from Mexico and they eat a lot of milkweed in Texas, and they lay eggs. They hatch, they fly up to Missouri and Kansas and the Midwest. Some will keep going already up to Minnesota or Wisconsin. But by August, they've spread out, some even to Toronto, Canada, some to Pennsylvania, New York, maybe into the New England. And then they will fly down to Mexico. Some of ours fly all the way up. They're just getting to Oregon and Washington at the end of June. But we get lots of them in Southern California. So if you're calling from Redlands, if you're watching from Redlands or from Southern California, we are blessed. You've got plenty of time to go out, get a milkweed plant, get a nectar plant. Because one of the things that people don't know is that monarch butterflies drink nectar from a whole variety of plants. Yes, and I have a blog where you can go, and it has a list of what nectar plants to get. And I will show you that link shortly. But right now, this is a very important thing for all of us to know who love monarch butterflies. I know they advertise a lot of Roundup to kill weeds, but sadly, it also kills butterflies badly, and bees. So it's best not to use any pesticide, any herbicide, or any fungicide in your garden. Do things naturally. If you get aphids on your milkweed, little tiny dots of yellow or green bugs, just spray them off with water. They don't like water. Keep spraying them for a week, they'll go away. They'll come off your plant. Ooh, let me help these caterpillars. So it's very important that we try not to use milkweed, not to use any kind of pesticide, including Roundup. When you spray it on a little weed, believe it or not, the wind picks it up just enough to get into the milkweed. Caterpillars eat the milkweed and they get poisoned. So we can ban Roundup. I wouldn't mind. A lot of people who raise bees and butterflies want this off the market. So we can help monarch butterflies. We know that. What do? We plant milkweed and nectar plants. So here's our final question. What can we do? How can we help save monarch butterflies? put it in the comments. Win yourself a copy of my book, autographed for you. Thinking, what did she say? How do we save monarch butterflies? How do we save monarch butterflies? How do we save monarch butterflies? Oh, how? Okay. So, as you know, if you want to buy one of my books, you are welcome, or one of my DVDs. They are, by the way, recommended by the National Science Teachers Association for pre-K through second grade. You know, a first or second grade teacher, give them a book and a DVD. It's great to use in class. So, www.tinyurl.com/monarchbook. It's that simple. In case that is hard to read. tinyurl.com/monarchbook. And if you do get it from, goes to my website, make sure you give me your name in a comment so I can address the book just to you. Okay, so, oops. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. All you have to do is go to my Facebook page, which is Monarch Butterfly Speaker. Monarch Butterfly Speaker. I put up information on monarchs every day. I put up cool videos, beautiful photographs, lots of information. And as I said, if you have any unanswered questions from today's program, you go there, you message me, or you put a comment on any post, say you were at Mansion Memories, I will answer your questions. Now you can also learn a lot about monarch butterflies by going to my website. Again, www.monarchbutterflyspeaker.com. Oh, left that off. monarchbutterflyspeaker.com. And this is a lot of fun. I have a blog. I have on there what kind of nectar plants do monarch butterflies like. I talk about pruning tropical milkweed by Halloween, which is important to kill a parasite called OE. Go read about it on my blog. Oh, I have some beautiful videos. I did a monarch butterfly release where you can see me releasing 25 different butterflies in a couple of 3 weeks ago. How do you become a Monarch Butterfly Citizen Scientist? You can do it too. You get a tag and test monarchs. There's just a lot of information I'm always adding to it. So it's www.tinyurl.com/allaboutmonarchs. Got it? Check it out. Well, that's it for today. That's all the information we've got for today's everything you ever wanted to know about monarch butterflies. But if you're like me, the most fun is watching these crazy caterpillars eat. And they aren't stopping just because I'm moving them around. They are eating their last meal. Let me get out of the way so you can see them better. I don't know how easy or hard it is to see them, but they are a kick in the pants. They are fun. So I don't name them, but I do find them to be a very special part of life. Thank you for being here today to hear, I don't know if you can see my head there. Thank you for coming to learn about monarch butterflies. Go plant milkweed, plant some nectar plants, and then check them every day. You can look for eggs by picking up the leaf and looking for that little teeny white dot. That little teeny white dot of an egg. Is it there? And when you see it, know you're going to have a caterpillar soon. If you have questions, if you get into raising monarchs and something crazy happens, you know what to do. Go to Facebook, Monarch Butterfly Speaker. Ask your question. Thank you for caring about our beautiful monarch butterflies. Bye.